Hello and welcome to the newsroom. Breaking this hour. US President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky held a highly anticipated meeting at the White House, which the officials described as tense and frank discussions over the future of the war in Ukraine. Now, Ukrainian President Zelensky traveled to Washington seeking long-range Tomahawk missiles to strengthen Ukraine's defense capabilities against Russia. Commenting on the meeting, Zelensky has said that he remains realistic about Ukraine's chances of obtaining the weapons. Furthermore, Ukrainian officials believe that using Tomahawks to target Russian oil and energy infrastructure could significantly damage Moscow's war economy. However, US President Donald Trump has made it clear that for now, the United States has no plans to provide those weapons. He has further added that the US needed to retain such systems for its own defense and has warned that supplying them could escalate the Russian war. The meeting, which lasted for several hours, came a day after Trump spoke by phone with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The two leaders, Trump and Putin, have agreed to hold an in-person meeting in Hungary in the upcoming weeks. Additionally, Ukraine's former Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba has remarked that a future meeting between President Trump and President Putin is unlikely to result in a breakthrough or a deal into the end of the war. Let's in fact listen in.
The goal is clear. Trump wanted to demonstrate that he speaks equally to both sides, to Ukraine and Russia. And he achieved that. So he set the stage for his summit with President Putin in Budapest. The problem is that Trump and Putin can talk as many times as they want, but bringing Putin to the table does not mean making Putin negotiate. And I wonder whether President Trump already realized that. So as long as Putin believes that he can win this war on the battlefield, he's going to escape and avoid any agreements and arrangements. And we will see more words about his commitments and more promises that coming from Trump that Putin is willing to make a deal, but no deal will be happening.
Meanwhile, Ukrainians are expressing doubts about a diplomatic resolution to the ongoing war, following the meeting between United States President Volodymyr Zelensky and US President Donald Trump in Washington. Despite Zelensky's push for more weapons to fight Russia, Trump emphasized the need for an immediate ceasefire, even if it requires territorial concessions from Ukraine. Let's in fact listen in to what the Ukrainians have to say.
Даже якщо зупинимося ми на тих кордонах, що зараз є, Росія просто-напросто накопичить свої сили за той час, що буде перемир'я, як припинення війни, а потім ще з більшою силою нападе.
На превеликий жаль, в світі панує сила. І тому я вважаю, що в будь-якому випадку війна закінчиться. І закінчиться перемогою, звичайно, українців. І це, звичайно, буде досягнуто шляхом сили, на жаль. Тому що така людина, як фашистський диктатор Путін, він, як би не було прикро це отямлювати, він може тільки зрозуміти силу. Тому дипломатичний шлях – так, розмова – так, але сила, я думаю, що...
Світ перевернувся, зовсім все по-іншому. Бачите, кажуть одне, роблять друге. А ми, народ України, страждає під обстрілами. От. Немає то світла, немає води. Ну, така ситуація. Війна.
3 people have been killed and 5 others injured in an explosion at the Avangard explosive plant in Settlement in Russia's Bashkortostan region. The blast occurred yesterday evening at a facility and is said to be producing weapons and industrial explosives, including materials used in the war in Ukraine. Meanwhile, emergency services have completed their search and rescue operations throughout the night, while forensic experts have been employed to investigate the cause. Talking on the matter, the regional governor has stressed that the incident was not caused by drone attacks and confirmed that the plant has been under state control through the Russian conglomerate Rostec since 2022. Let's listen in.
Это предприятие с особыми условиями труда. Все-таки мы имеем дело с взрывчатыми веществами. На данный момент одно из зданий разрушено. К сожалению, констатируем, что 3 человека погибли, все женщины. Значит, что касается предприятия, на данный момент идут следственные действия. Точно хочу сказать, что тут разные суждения были, что бесплотно, так нет, произошел взрыв.
Meanwhile, repair work has started on damaged off-site power lines to Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant following a 4-week outage. IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi has said that the work began after local ceasefire zones were established to allow for the repairs to proceed. The plant, one of the largest nuclear power plants in Europe, currently produces no electricity but needs power to ensure fuel in the reactions remains cool and no meltdown occurs. The US President Donald Trump's administration officials are discussing a possible meeting